There's something about the ambience of Cornwall that attracts artists who can actually live anywhere, of course. So there's no reason not to live somewhere fantastically wonderful. I suppose in a way that the idea of wilderness isn't really a European concept. Europe has been kind of fought over and argued over and bought and sold for thousands of years, really. So to me it was a revelation to discover that there were parts of the world where it seemed like nature was completely untouched. So once I discovered such places existed, that became really what I've been working on for the last 45 years. The brief way of describing the work is call it watercolour diaries of journeys, but it's much more about spending time in wild places. It's not just about sort of metaphorically, putting a frame around a particularly choice bit of landscape and copying it. It's trying to express not just what the place looks like, but what it actually feels like. It also incorporates diaries and also things that I happen to pick up along the way. I think Cornwall has got a much greater feeling for its landscape than a lot of places one goes to. People's connection to the land is much greater here than in other places. But the irony is that to make my work, I leave Cornwall and go all over the world to find the subjects that I want to work on. But what's so marvellous is if I didn't have a solid base in a place I love, I don't believe I could travel as I do. This must be one of the most beautiful places in the world. I mean, I've travelled to the world's greatest places in the last 45 years, and I've got to say, I don't think there's anywhere more beautiful than Cornwall. What I would always hope for is that when people see these wild places, which very few people have the privilege of going to, and see how glorious they are and how extraordinary, they will feel more strongly that these places should be preserved. It's very hard to persuade people to preserve places they haven't seen. It's too abstract. Whereas if they see my paintings and kind of get absorbed in them, which people sometimes are, then I hope that they will feel that these places are worth preserving. We have a temporary tenancy on our place in the world. We shouldn't use the world as if ours is the only generation that needs it.